Happy Friday. What do you say we talk a little bit about your weekend forecast, shall we? You're watching the First Alert live stream from the First Alert Weather Center. This is Steve Baylon, Chief Meteorologist. Hello. Well, let me tell you, last weekend wasn't the best, was it? Do you remember? It's been a few days, but it was pretty wet. We had showers, we had thunderstorms, and I'm afraid to say this weekend coming up here isn't looking that much better, which is kind of a shame because, we're at that point of the year where we have very few precious summer weekends left. I mean, think about it. Kids are going to be going back to school in just a matter of a couple weeks. And so we want these last few weeks of their summer vacation to be nice, especially on the weekends. Yeah, about that. Let's get you out to a live view. There we go, Green Bay. There's the Brown County Courthouse. There's some clouds out there, but also a little bit of some patchy sun. Temperature is 69, dew point 61. It's a little bit humid out there with a light south to southwest wind at 3 miles an hour. 69 in Green Bay. That matches temperatures that we have in Rhinelander, Anago, Watoma. It is 72 in Wausau and Wapaka. And Lakeside, 71 is a popular number. Escanaba, Marinette, Sturgeon Bay, and Manitowoc. We're on our way to the 80s. 86 will be your high this afternoon in Green Bay. Very warm, humid. The clouds that we have right now, they'll give way to a little more sunshine later this morning, and I think it's going to be partly cloudy through the afternoon. It looks like it's going to be a quiet, balmy evening, but after that, things get a little bit rocky. Here's our next weather maker. You need to know that we're going to have some heavy rain because of some thunderstorms at times this weekend. It won't rain all weekend, but when it does, it could come down like cats and dogs. And there's the possibility of some flash flooding. So I have elevated your Saturday severe weather outlook into the moderate category. Saturday is now a first alert weather day. Along with the possible downpours and flash flooding, there could be some storms with hail and gusty straight line winds. So here's First Alert VibraMax. There is a little bit of some spotty and isolated showers out there in around Sheboygan, northern Door County, but in between it's generally dry with some passing clouds. What we have going on here is that we've got a front that is pushing its way through Minnesota and the Dakotas. This front is going to chug its way into Wisconsin, and then it is going to lose its steam and stall out, bisecting the Badger State. Now, as this front cuts Wisconsin in half, there's going to be a very humid air mass. Like, you'll feel the humidity rising today. By the time we get to this evening, it's going to be muggy. And this humidity is fuel for thunderstorms. All you need is a few disturbances to ride over top of this boundary to cause the air to rise, and then all that water vapor gets wrung out like a wet towel. And so the track that the thunderstorms will take is very dependent on exactly where this front is going to set up shop somewhere in the state. And that really is the $64,000 question. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. We'll pick it up 7 o'clock this evening. The evening is probably going to be fine, but around and after midnight, here come these scattered thunderstorms, and they pass through the area. We might have some drier weather early Saturday morning, but we're not even remotely in the clear because as we get to Saturday afternoon, here comes some additional thunderstorms, showers and storms. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, you can see some of the storms from Shawano back towards Watoma. Those storms become a bit more numerous as we go into the early evening. There's Saturday, 6 p.m. Watch how things escalate here. We go from 6 p.m. tomorrow to 9 p.m. Look at that torrential rainfall. Holy moly, especially near and south of Highway 10. Now, if this verifies, that's if what you're seeing here verifies, that's going to create some flash flooding, especially in some of the poor drainage areas and urban areas in the Fox cities, low-lying spots, and then the thunderstorms tend to push south out of the area after midnight into early Sunday morning. Sunday will have a smaller chance of showers and thunderstorms, but the question is, where you saw the thunderstorms on Pinpoint Predictor, is that exactly where they're going to be? Because I'll tell you, there's some other computer models that push those storms a little farther south and west. And that could make a huge difference on whether you're getting a little bit of rain or way too much rain. So if you believe that run a first alert pinpoint predictor at face value, I mean, you're looking at 2, 3, 4 plus inches of rain cutting through the Fox cities, east central Wisconsin, including Fond du Lac and Sheboygan, with a lot less to the north and east. But this is one of a bunch of computer models that we look at in the First Alert Weather Center. I've seen some other data that has the heaviest rain in southwestern Wisconsin, up to 6 inches of rain there. So the bottom line is that belt of heavy rain, it could wiggle its way farther north or farther south. Wherever it sets up shop, that's where we're going to have the possibility of too much rain. And so this is, pun intended, a bit of a fluid situation, right? So it all depends on where that front sets up. And as we get more data in the First Alert Weather Center, hopefully we can kind of hone in on exactly where that corridor of heavy rain is going to set up across Wisconsin. So rain chance, 10% today, 60% on Saturday, down to a 30% on Sunday, back up to a 60% chance on Monday. So the weekend's not a total washout. There's going to be some dry hours in between these clusters of showers and thunderstorms, but boy, there could be some big-time gully washers late Saturday and Saturday night. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. Today, an early shower, Door County, Sheboygan County, otherwise clouds giving way to some sun, warm, humid, a high of 86 degrees. You know, I think we are going to be dropping back into the 70s this evening, and we're probably going to be dry for folks heading to the Brown County Fair, the Door County Fair, the Waushara County Fair. It looks like it's going to be a nice night to enjoy what the 4-H'ers have been doing, to enjoy the amusement rides, perhaps to get some salty sweet snacks. Anyway, so it looks like we're going to be okay through 10 o'clock. And then it's around and after midnight, the showers and storms move in. Storms tomorrow could be heavy. Tomorrow, again, a First Alert Weather Day. If you've got any outdoor plans tomorrow, you want to keep a very sharp eye on that forecast. There might be some storms along the lakeshore tomorrow afternoon. This is the forecast for Soar on the Shore. This is kind of cool kite flying festival in Algoma. Looks like temperatures will be in the 70s. We'll have a southwest wind around 5 to 10 miles an hour. There might be some higher gusts, but again, you got to keep your ears out for thunder and your eyes peeled for lightning. If there's any lightning and thunder on the beach, you got to get the family off of there and play it safe. When thunder roars, go indoors. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast with heavy storms tomorrow, First Alert Weather Day. Additional showers and thunderstorms are possible Sunday, Monday, where we could have some more heavy rain. Rain wrapping up Tuesday morning. Now, as that front tends to sink a little farther south, we'll probably have a northeast breeze early next week. That'll drop our highs from the 80s down into the 70s. It's still going to feel humid. I think the humidity will kind of come down a little bit Wednesday into Thursday. It's still going to be on the warm side. Thursday's high gets back up to 80 degrees. But I do want to give you a first alert, not this weekend, but next weekend. So we're looking at, what is that? That's the 23rd and 24th. Right? Okay, so that's the next to last weekend in August. There's hints that there's going to be a change in the weather pattern towards a bit of a cooler stretch. I wouldn't be surprised if we go into the end of August on a much cooler note, where we see highs in the 60s and low 70s. That would be almost an early little taste of autumn. Might be a little bit of a flip-flop late in the month in the weather pattern. All right, our forecast. Are you getting it on your phone or are you getting it on your tablet? I hope so. If not, what is it going to take? Well, what is it going to take? Scan that QR code. See it? Go ahead. I'll kind of let you do it. Go ahead. I'll hold on here. So take your camera phone, get the camera feature out and line up your phone, the camera, and you'll see in your little viewfinder a little yellow web link. Tap that. And then that'll allow you to download our app right to your electronic device. And let me tell you, there is a lot of good information to be gleaned off of the app, and it's updating frequently, pretty much every 3 or 4 hours it's getting fresh data. And when you're using it, you can see where the storms are now, and you can also see where Pinpoint Predictor is projecting them to be into the future, up to 24 hours in advance. So that's nice. Anyway, WBAY First Alert Weather. All right, Aisha, what are you doing? You're walking back and forth here.
Getting ready.
She's getting ready. Now, hold on. Now, can you see? Here, you know what we're going to do? Hold on. Yeah, oh gosh. Oh, no. All right, can I get this camera to move? Let's see here.
I'm sitting if you need me to sit.
I see, I can't get the camera to move. I think the battery is dead in this thing. You're lucky because I was going to zoom in on all that stuff you got.
Stuff.
Your stuff. What kind of stuff do you have there?
Stuff.
I'm sorry, did you say girl stuff?
Makeup.
Well, I wear makeup too.
Girl makeup.
But girl makeup. You see? So I have to tell you, women in general, they have it really tough because they put on all this stuff, girl stuff, as you say.
Yeah.
And I you know what I do? I go in front of the mirror and I put on a little bit of foundation so I don't look like I'm sweaty or you don't see my pimples. Takes like all of 30 to 60 seconds. But the ladies have to do a lot more. And I feel bad because, like, you know, that's just a lot of extra stuff. What is that, hairspray? See, she's...
Oil.
Oil.
Hair oil.
Hair oil. You know, it's funny.
They don't care about
She...
this.
Well, if anybody doesn't care, they're gone by now. Listen, they left a long time ago. If you're still watching, kudos to you. Then you deserve a cookie. Like, I'm just saying, you know, you deserve a cookie if you're still watching this live stream. I actually learned a lot about stuff because up until like recently, I've never heard of hair oil. What's hair oil? Well, yeah, you got those like those little highlights recently. Looks really nice. Aisha takes a lot of pride in what she does, both on the traffic side, the first alert safety desk side, and on the makeup side. She wants things to look on point. Does anybody still say that anymore? I don't know. I'm just some old 50-year-old dude who just does weather. What do I know? I know nothing. I know nothing about. Listen, I can talk to you about jet stream dynamics, but I can't talk to you about hair oil. Okay. Okay. This is probably where, as you say, I should put a bow on it, right? You think I should put a bow on it?
Absolutely.
I think our buddy Ted down in the Ted in the newsroom says revealing TV secrets. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Ted. On a Friday, I'm revealing TV secrets. All right, adios. Have a good weekend. Watch out for heavy rain. Be weather aware with your family. All right, bye-bye. And okay, bye.